Good day, everyone. Today, the grade 9s, we are going to do a lesson on conjunctions and transitions. The first thing that we have to do, or that I'm going to do, is to explain what are conjunctions. Conjunctions are words that link other words, phrases, or clauses together. I like cooking and eating, but I don't like washing dishes afterward. Sophie is clearly exhausted, yet she insists on dancing till dawn. Conjunctions allow you to form complex, elegant sentences and avoid the choppiness of multiple short sentences. Make sure that the phrases joined by conjunctions are parallel, meaning they share the same structure. For example, I work quickly and carefully. Other examples of conjunctions: coordinating conjunctions. Coordinating conjunctions allow you to join words, phrases, and clauses of equal grammatical rank in a sentence. The most common coordinating conjunctions are for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. You can remember them by using the mnemonic, a system such as a pattern of letters, ideas, or associations which assist in remembering something. Device fanboys. For example, I like pizza or a salad for lunch. We needed a place to concentrate, so we packed up all our things and went to the library. Note the use of the comma when a coordinating conjunction is joining two independent clauses. Other examples of conjunctions: correlative conjunctions. Correlative conjunctions are pairs of conjunctions that work together. Some examples are either, slash, or, neither, slash, nor, and not only, slash, but also. For example, I am finished studying for English. I am finished writing my essay. Not only am I finished studying for English, but I'm also finished writing my essay. Examples of conjunctions: subordinate conjunctions. Subordinating conjunctions join independent and dependent clauses. A subordinating conjunction can signal a cause and effect relationship, a contrast, or some other kind of relationship between the clauses. Common subordinating conjunctions are because, since, as, although, though, while, and whereas. Sometimes an adverb, such as until, after, or before, can function as a conjunction. For example, I can stay out until the clock strikes 12. Examples of conjunctions: subordinating conjunctions. The subordinating conjunction doesn't need to go in the middle of the sentence. It has to be part of the dependent clause, but the dependent clause can come before the independent clause. For example, before he leaves, make sure his room is clean. If the dependent clause comes first, use a comma before the independent clause. For example, I drank a glass of water because I was thirsty. Because I was thirsty, I drank a glass of water. Now we are moving to transition words. What are transition words? Transition words and phrases, also called linking or connecting words, are used to link together different ideas in your text. They help the reader to follow your arguments by expressing the relationships between different sentences or parts of a sentence. Although learners are generally taught to use transition words at the beginning of sentences, this is not the only place they are used. Types of transition words. Transition words that introduce, agree, and add on. One of the most common ways transition words are used is to introduce new ideas and add on to topics that have already been explored in the piece. Transition words and phrases in this category include in addition, furthermore, moreover, to, first, second, third, uniquely. For example, first, preheat the oven. Second, sift together all your dry ingredients. Types of transition words. Transition words that oppose and limit. Transition words can also communicate opposition or limits to ideas and phrases. This word's role is largely the opposite of the role played by the category above. Transition words that create opposition and limits include unlike, or, but, while, on the other hand, above all, etc. For example, we managed to have a decent harvest despite the drought. While Shekani is a stickler for tradition, May gives every holiday party a new twist. Types of transition words. Cause and conditional transition words. These transition words show how one action led to a specific effect, or how one circumstance is conditional on another. This category also includes words and transition phrases that illustrate the relationship between an intention and an action. Cause and conditional transition words include since, as long as, due to, in the event of, etc. For example, as long as there are pets that need homes, I'll keep volunteering at the shelter. I brought extra socks in case we have to walk through puddles. Types of transition words. Effect and result transition words. Similar to the previous category, these transition words demonstrate the result of a specific action. Here's the difference between the two. When your sentence is focused on the cause of the effect, you'd use one of the transition words from the cause and conditional in the previous category. When the emphasis is on the effect itself, you would use a word from this effect and result category that fits with the rest of your sentence. Types of transition words: the effect and result transition words. For example, you might announce that you've postponed your barbecue by sending a group message that says, "Because of the weather, I postponed the barbecue." But you can communicate the same message with a slightly different focus by phrasing it as, "It is raining, so consequently I have rescheduled the barbecue." Words and phrases in this category include in effect, as a result, then, because, hence, etc. For example, it is very humid outside, hence the condensation on the window. Mohale forgot to add the yeast to his dough, and as a result, the bread did not rise. Types of transition words: transition words that describe examples and support. Other transition words make it clear that one concept supports another, either by providing evidence, emphasizing it, or simply being an example. These words include in general, particularly, in fact, especially, by all means, in other words, etc. For example, they had to slow down production, particularly of items with a low profit margin. I love all kinds of pizza, especially stuffed crust pizza. Types of transition words: conclusion and summary transition words. These are the transition words that bring paragraphs, arguments, and pieces of writing to a close. They can also be used to summarize and restate ideas. These transition phrases and words include in summary, in conclusion, in any event, in either case, overall, etc. For example, here were some surprises, but overall, we had a great time. In conclusion, an upgraded security system isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Types of transition words: transition words for describing time. Another category of transition words deals with time, especially when something happened or will happen in relation to another event. These words include presently, now, occasionally, once, after, all of a sudden, etc. For example, I was walking through the mall when all of a sudden I recognized my long-lost sister standing in line. I'd love to hang out at the office shop after work. Types of transition words: transition words for locations. Transition words can also draw a reader's attention to where something is located or the physical or spatial relationship between the two things. This can mean where someone or something is literally located, or they can be used figuratively, like Dan's Auto Body Shop is above, that is figuratively. Risks when it comes to quality and attention to detail. These words and phrases include in the back, over, where, in front of, behind, among, etc. For example, in the back, my cousin was grilling hamburgers. Among the students surveyed, more than half were excited to return to campus full-time. Then these are informal activities. The first informal activity is about correlative conjunctions. The second one, subordinating conjunctions. The third one is about general conjunctions. That is the end. Thank you.